As I grow older, I look for ways to make gardening easier. It became particularly urgent last year because of a leg surgery in spring. I feared I wouldn't be able to get any garden in at all. But I was able to plant some crops by early June. And to my surprise, it was one of my best gardens ever. My basil, peppers, and eggplants had never been so lush. Nor had my winter squash been so productive. The successes taught me some lessons. First, prioritize. Last winter I had so many ambitions for spring. Put in new flower beds, graft more fruit trees, but I had to let go of those fantasies. I did order seeds for spring crops and had high hopes I could at least get those in. But my leg wasn't strong enough for early spring gardening. So I decided to skip my beloved lettuce and mustard greens and delicate radishes and focus all my energy on summer crops. Second, embrace raised beds. About 5 years ago, we solved our gopher problem by building 2 long raised beds with galvanized hardware cloth underneath. They worked great for gopher control. But last year, I truly understood how valuable any kind of raised bed can be for people who are temporarily or permanently disabled, or who are simply aging. I was able to sit on the edge of the bed and weed, plant, or harvest while relaxing my recovering leg. Of course, raised beds have other benefits too. They warm up quickly in spring, avoid mild frosts in late summer and fall, and keep weeds from creeping in. Third, it's okay to ask for help. This should be obvious, but it hasn't always been so for me. When I'm in good health and all my limbs are working, I do most of the gardening myself. My partner takes on other equally important chores around the farm, so I hesitate to ask him for help in the veggie garden. But last season I did ask, and he was eager to pitch in to support my recovery. Having someone else spreading compost and putting in drip irrigation made it possible for me to concentrate on what I was able to do. Fourth, chickens. They're not the answer for everybody, of course, but in our commitment to natural pest control, we find that chickens are invaluable around the perimeter of the garden. We expanded our chicken flock 2 years ago, so last summer they really came into their own on grasshopper patrol. Fifth, don't let perfection be the enemy of the good. It's a cliche for sure, but it's one I need to hear over and over again when it comes to gardening. Last summer, not surprisingly, I fell way behind in weeding, but I tried not to stress out. I did it little by little as time and energy allowed. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day added up to enough weed control over a week or two to allow my crops to flourish. My garden will never win prizes for beauty, especially during a difficult season like last year. But it gives us food every summer. And last summer, despite my physical limitations, it excelled. As I get back to my more ambitious gardening routines this coming spring, I plan to take these lessons to heart.